Hi guys, I'm coming to you with a different kind of video today. It's one that I wanted to do for a long time, and I think it's something that is scarier than Freddy Krueger or Jason Myers or any horror movie, and that is to watch someone get colon cancer and watch what it does to them and finally take their life. And it's one of the only cancers that can be cured if caught in time. In Canada, there are almost 300,000 people that are diagnosed with it, and 83,000 and some odd deaths in 2020. It is one of the leading causes of death in Canada. And one simple way you can protect yourself is to order a kit through your doctor. I won't show you the front because it's got my address and everything, but it says Ontario Health Cancer Care Ontario. So if you're worried about what it says on the envelope, that's what it says. And in other countries, you would ask your doctor about this test. It's free here. I can't imagine that it would cost very much. And what you get, it's called a fit package. So they basically outline what to do with the kit, and you need to complete and return it within 2 days of collecting the sample for best results. Now, if you noticed that there's any blood in your stool, obviously make sure you get some of that on the sample. If your test comes back normal, I would ask your doctor for a second test, because that happened to me one time and they said it was normal and I knew it wasn't. So I had a second test done, and sure enough, then they made an appointment for a colonoscopy. You can also just straight up ask for a colonoscopy if someone you know in your family has died or has colon cancer, but this is an easy test that you could do in the privacy of your own home, and it doesn't cost you anything. So you get the introduction, talks about the information and how you can cancel getting letters from them, and then it's in French on the back. And here are the instructions. It comes with the collecting sampler doohickey, I don't know what you call it. They used to look different, but I guess these are better. So I'll just show you here. I'm not going to take it out because I don't want it to. But so you get it. You have to check your date of birth, and then you record on the label, which you can't, can you see? On the label, the date that you collected it. And you should go pee first, obviously, because pee is going to interfere with the sample. Now, they have included this paper, which it feels like tissue paper, and I'm gathering that this is what you're supposed to put after you pee and flush. You put this paper down in your toilet, but it's pretty thin. I've not used this before, but I would put like a grocery bag or some kind of bag that would fit over, and then this paper. Then you do your business. You open up your little sample kit here, and then you take a sample, make sure, like I said before, if there's any blood, that you make sure that's part of it, and it tells you you need a full scoop there, not a little bit, right up to the end of the lines. Then you put it back inside the container, and this is some kind of absorbent thing, but you're supposed to put it back inside this bag and flush the toilet. You take this, you put it in the envelope, and you mail it. It doesn't cost you anything. In Canada or in Ontario. So it's a really simple test, and you get the French instructions on the back in Canada. Now, if your test comes back as abnormal, they'll ask you to make an appointment to do a colonoscopy. And do not be afraid of a colonoscopy. When I first heard stories of colonoscopies, I was so afraid. And the one woman I knew that went and had it done, she was so afraid of anesthesia that she said she didn't want any drugs or anything. So of course her story was a complete horror story. But what happens is the day before, you're given either a liquid or a powder that you mix in water, and you have to drink it, and it flushes everything out. When I took the first cup of the stuff, it felt like a drain. It made that actual sound like a drain that was clogged in my gut. And then I spent about 4 hours going to the washroom. You're only supposed to have like clear broths and water, and you can eat Jello, but only for so long the night before, and then you have to stop and you can't have anything. And in Ontario, and probably Canada-wide, you're supposed to go with someone. Someone should accompany you to make sure you get home okay, because I'm guessing that there are different ways that people react to the anesthesia. And when you get there, at the place that I went, they told me to put a gown with the back open, but I could leave my clothes on. And then they put like a line into my hand and had me lay on the table. They told me to pull my pants and underwear down to my ankles, which was really weird. And then they put this thing over my nose and mouth. I don't know if it was oxygen or if it's part of the anesthesia. And then they injected into my hand some kind of liquid that was cold, and it kind of hurt. And I turned to the anesthesiologist and I said, "That really hurts, and it's cold." And he looked at me, and then he looked at the doctor, and he said, "It's working." And then I was bye-bye. I was out. And I woke with a start. They held me down for a couple of seconds because they had to pull the camera and tube or whatever out. And they had to remind me to, pull up my pants, because I didn't even remember that I had to do that. They take you out, sit you down. You're supposed to stay there for about half an hour, but I left before then because I felt completely fine. They tell you, if you have to pass gas, it's normal. Everybody's doing it. They give you some juice and a cookie, and then when you feel fine, you can go. And so there's nothing to be afraid of. Now, if you have a reaction to anesthesia, it probably will be more uncomfortable, but it's really important you don't move. And I don't see, unless you're allergic to it, I would rather be asleep and feel nothing than feel very uncomfortable, feel everything. You know, they're irrigating, they're putting air up there, they're moving this thing all through your bowels. No, thank you. But anyways, this kit here is available for free. Like I said, you can ask your doctor. And in other countries, it's probably the same thing. You would ask. And it could save your life. And you don't want to go through what I had to witness. So don't be a shit and order your kit.